So have you ever finished a 30-minute article and thought, what was the main point? Or spent 15 minutes jumping between tabs just to compare products? If you're tired of the old way of browsing, you're not alone. The new wave of AI browsers is here, promising to do the heavy lifting for you. Two names are generating all the buzz right now: Comet, from the makers of Perplexity, and Atlas, the newcomer focused on privacy by OpenAI. They both claim to be smarter, faster, and more intuitive. But in a market full of hype, which one actually delivers on its promises? Now, I've spent the last week putting both browsers through a series of real-world tests, from raw performances to AI capabilities to privacy under a microscope. And in this video, we are going beyond the marketing to see which browser, Comet or Atlas, is truly worth your time and your hard drive space. So let's jump right in. So before we get to the results, let's set the stage. What are these browsers really about? So the Comet browser is the brainchild of Perplexity AI. If you've used their search engine, you know it's all about getting conversational, cited answers instantly. Comet takes the philosophy and bakes it directly into the browsing. It's designed for a world where you don't just read information, you interrogate it. Think of it as having a research assistant sitting in your browser sidebar, ready to summarize, explain, and cite at the moment's notice. Now, on the other hand, the Atlas browser comes with a different school of thought. It believes AI should be a powerful tool, not an ever-present guide. Its focus is a trifecta, which is privacy, speed, and productivity. It blends robust AI features and powerful ad blocking distraction filters and a minimalistic design that gets out of your way. Now, let's talk about the performance. Let's kick things off with the performance, because the slickest AI features are useless if the browser itself feels slow and bloated. Now, my testing rig is a standard MacBook Air with 8 gigs of RAM, a very common setup, and I simulated a realistic workload by opening 5 demanding tabs simultaneously: a YouTube video playing at 1080p, an active ChatGPT conversation, a heavy Reddit thread, a product page on Amazon, and a media-rich news site. Now, the results were fascinating because Comet launched impressively fast in just 2.4 seconds, feeling almost instantaneous. Atlas took a little bit longer, 3.1 seconds. Now, when it came to loading individual pages, Comet consistently had a slight edge, often shaving off a fraction of a second, which does add up over a day. But the real story emerged when I opened the activity monitor. While the Comet used about 680 megs of RAM with those 5 tabs open, Atlas, however, was significantly lighter, hovering around 520 megabytes. Now that's a roughly 160 megabytes difference, which might not sound like much, but if you're a tab holder or running on a machine with limited memory, the efficiency translates to a smoother, less laggy experience overall. Here's the key takeaway for this. Comet wins on raw speed and snappiness thanks to its aggressive preloading, but Atlas takes the crown of memory efficiency, making it a better choice for older hardware or serious multitaskers. All right, let's next talk about the core of the debate, which is, how do these browsers actually make you smarter and more efficient? Comet AI is omnipresent and proactive. It's deeply integrated into the fabric of the browser. As you browse, a small AI button appears, inviting you to summarize page or ask a question. You can simply highlight a complex paragraph, right-click, and get an instant contextual breakdown. The workflow is seamless. It feels like a browser is anticipating your confusion and is ready to help. For quick factual queries and instant summaries, it's incredibly fast and removes friction. Atlas, on the other hand, takes a more deliberate power user approach. Now, instead of constant prompts, it features a command bar. Think about Spotlight or Command Palette. You press a key. For example, you can type /summarize, or you can type /explain, or even /translate, and it executes the command using your AI provider of choice: OpenAI, Anthropic, or Google Gemini. This is a huge differentiator. You're not locked into one model. So in my testing, asking what are the main arguments in this article was faster in Comet, but the answer from Atlas, powered by a model like Claude, was often more nuanced and detailed. the trade-off is clear. Comet offers speed and automation, while Atlas offers control and depth. What about privacy and security next? Let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is privacy. So when your browser is processing everything you read and ask, where does the data go? Well, this is where the philosophies diverge drastically. Comet relies on Perplexity's cloud API to generate the intelligent answers. This means your queries and context from the web pages you are on sent to the servers. Atlas is built, on the other hand, like a fortress. It emphasizes local processing wherever possible. It comes with aggressive tracker and ad blocking enabled by default. Its killer feature is an incognito AI mode, where your queries are processed on device using local model, meaning absolutely nothing is sent to the cloud. Now, during my network analysis, Atlas made 40% fewer outbound connections on startup than Comet, which was busy phoning home to its AI services. Next, how about design and user experience briefly? So a browser is your window to the web. So how does it feel to use is paramount. So Comet's design is sleek and futuristic. It uses floating panels, subtle animations, and places AI buttons conveniently next to every search bar. Whereas the Atlas embraces a minimalistic, almost Spartan aesthetics. Tabs, bookmarks, and extensions are tucked into a compact, customizable control dock. The focus is entirely on the web page content, free from any distractions. The choice here is entirely subjective. Do you want a browser that holds your hand and offers you a guided AI-centric experience? Well, then you should go with Comet. Or do you want a flexible, minimalistic tool that can tweak your exact preferences? Then Atlas is for you. Here's the real-world use case summary. For example, if you're a student or researcher, Comet is a game changer. Writing a paper, it can instantly summarize sources and pull citations, slashing research time. For the privacy advocate, or if you're a remote worker, Atlas is a clear choice. Accessing sensitive company documents, its local processing, and hardened security are invaluable. If you're a multitasker like myself, Atlas's light memory footprint means it won't show or slow down your entire machine when you have dozens of tabs and other apps open. And if you're a tech enthusiast, Comet provides that wow factor of seamless, contextual AI that feels like future of browsing. All right, here's the final verdict and recommendations. So, which one should you install? The answer isn't one size fits all, and that's what makes this competition so exciting. So if you want to choose Comet browser, if your top priority is speed and intelligent assistance, you want the fastest answers, you love the idea of an AI that always here to help, and your workflow involves constantly digesting and synthesizing information from the web. Choose Atlas browser if your top priorities are privacy, control, and efficiency. You want a clean, fast, private browsing experience first with powerful AI tools that you can activate on your own terms. Your value customization and the ability to choose your own AI model. It's the better long-term suitable tool for a secure digital life. What I love about this battle is that it shows two compelling paths for the future of the web. Comet is pushing us toward a deep, integrated, assisted-driven experience, while Atlas is refining the classic browser with a staunch focus on user sovereignty and performance. Both are excellent. They just serve different masters. So if you found this deep dive helpful, do hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you're notified on the latest tech trends. I've also put together a full playlist on the most impactful AI tools that you can benefit from, which you can check out right here in the description below. My name is Syed from Claydesk. My mission is to help you simplify tech, save time, and make smarter digital choices. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.